Good evening, dear friends. I am Harin Mehta, Chairman Western ANMI Western Region. Today, I would like to welcome our dear friends from NSE as a speaker and all our dear beloved members. Today, we are taking a topic of Nifty Next 50 Index, which we would like to congratulate NSE and wish them best of luck for the new product. Now, I'd like to invite our speakers for the webinar. Vitalji, you can start, please.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Mr. Harin. Thanks for the kind introduction. And we welcome all trading participants to this session on Nifty Next 50 index derivatives. And we are really delighted and excited to take this new product to our trading participants. So as all of you would know, we currently have 4 index derivatives available for trading in NSE's equity index derivative segment: Nifty 50, Bank Nifty, Nifty Financial Services, and Nifty Midcap Select Index. So currently, broadly, Nifty 50 covers which is the benchmark of the Indian economy, and covers the large capitalization segment of the listed universe. Banking, Nifty Bank covers the banking universe. Financial services are covered by Fin Nifty Index, and the mid capitalization segment is covered by Nifty Midcap Select Index. Now, with the introduction of Nifty Next 50 Index, we will be able to expand the access of market participants to the large capitalization segment. So market participants could have exposure which is beyond top 50 stocks now. We had been in touch with our market participants, and when we received a representation that we should look at expanding the basket of our index derivatives, and that's where, in consultation with market participants, we have decided to launch Nifty Next 50 index derivatives. The launch is scheduled for 24th April, and we look forward to participation by all trading participants. So in this series, the way we have scheduled this particular session is that we will first present you the key highlights of this index, the key contract specifications for Nifty Next 50 index derivatives. Then we will move on to the Q&A session. We will try to cover and clarify any queries which market participants will have. So I would request my colleague Rudresh to take us through the presentation now.
Thank you, Vittal. Yeah, my slides are visible, right? Visible. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So let me start with the. Yeah. So before we begin this, I would just like to give a quote. So here, identification and grooming of emerging leaders at early stage, be it in corporate sector or in the field of team sports like cricket, it definitely helps us to build a foreseeable future. And that hypothesis is no different for investments and portfolio management. The same is also true in case of Nifty Next 50 index. Here also the index has a portfolio of 50 stocks which are the potential contenders for being included in the coveted Nifty 50 index in the near future. Of course, subject to meeting the criteria defined in the index methodology. Okay. So just coming to the Nifty 50 index, so how is it constructed? So it is a sub-index of the Nifty 100 index. So basically Nifty 100 index is based out of full market top 100 companies based on full market capitalization within the Nifty 500 index. From this 50 companies are selected based on various different parameters and they go to form the part of Nifty 50 index. The balance 50 companies then form a part of the Nifty Next 50 index. As we can see on the right hand side, Nifty 50, Nifty Next 50, and the Nifty Midcap Select. They are three distinct index portfolios. So basically, the constituents of Nifty 50, Nifty Next 50, and Nifty Midcap Select are distinct. There will be never an overlap between the portfolios of these three indices. Again, with this, I would like to emphasize that Nifty 50 will represent the large and liquid stocks. The Nifty Next 50 will be the next 50 large cap stocks, and mid cap will be the liquid mid cap stocks. Okay, so here basically we have covered the top 125 stocks in derivatives, as you can see. Coming to the methodology, so here, as I mentioned, so there are 50 constituent stocks in the Nifty Next 50 index. The method adopted here is periodic capped free float method. We will be coming shortly about this. So here basically stocks available in FNO, they will account for 90% or more weight in the index. There is a capping in this particular index. So here there are two degrees of capping. So first capping is at the individual stock level where the weight is capped at 4.5%, and cumulatively all non-FNO stocks put together they will be capped at 10%. This capping is again every quarter it is rebalanced. Okay. Overall, the index portfolio is rebalanced semi-annually. This is the index portfolio. So here, financial services account for almost 23.8% of the index weight. One distinct or unique feature about this index is the next two sectors which you can see. That is the capital goods sector and the consumer services sector. Both these two sectors together account for almost 23.5% of the index weight. These two sectors do not have any representation right now in the Nifty 50 index. Okay, so that's kind of a differentiation. In terms of the top 10 stocks, so here top 10 stocks account for almost 34% of the weight in the index. Trend, Bharat Electronics among the top names. Uh, as I was mentioning earlier, so this is a capped index. So here you can see these are the stocks which are not available in FNO, and they are having their weights capped. So if you see end of March 24, that is just the quarter which ended. So here Geo Financial Services that is capped at 1.86 and so on. The total weight of all these stocks together constitute 9.95 at end of March 24. Now similarly, if you see the previous quarters also, the capping of the all the non-FNO stocks put together is less than 10%. What this again means also is that the stocks which are available in derivatives that will always account for 90% or more of the weight of index. Okay. Uh, Before we continue, just some history about this Nifty 50 index. So this Nifty Next 50 index. So this Nifty Next 50 index is not a new index. It is being there since almost 1997. Okay, so the base date goes back to almost 96, 97. Over the years, the index methodology has undergone revision. Earlier, it was based on full market cap. In around 2009, all the indices were revised to free float market cap. Capping was introduced in somewhere around 2001, and later the thresholds were revised in 2003. So currently, the index method follows the capping which I've shown you in the earlier slide. Coming to the liquidity profile of the constituent stocks, all the 50 stocks are have good order book depth in cash market as well as in the FNO segment. All these 50 stocks aggregated almost close to 16,000 crores of daily average turnover in March 24, which accounts to almost 16% of the weight in the CM segment. In stock futures also, the daily average is around 29,600 plus, and which accounts to almost 21% weight in stock futures turnover. Coming to stock options, the aggregate weight of the stocks available in stock options, they account for 1,500 crores, and it accounts for almost 24% of the stock options premium. So as you can see, this is again an increasing trend in last 6 months. In terms of performance also, Nifty Next 50, as you might have seen in the media as well, that it has been one of the best performing index. So in last 1 year, the returns is upwards of 60%. Last 3 years, CAGR is around 22%, while last 5 years, CAGR is around 17%. Here, I would also like to make a mention that there are many ETFs which are available on this particular index. There are almost 7 ETFs which are available on the benchmark to this index, and AUM is almost close to 9,200 crores. Uh, One more thing which I would like to mention here is the market cap of the total constituents, that is around roughly around 70 trillion, which is roughly around 18% of the total market cap listed on NSE. If you check it at free float level, this also is like almost 32% of the index. Okay, the value is somewhere around 22.5 trillion, and it accounts for 32% of the index. These are some of the index statistics, how it compares with other indices. So if you see in terms of the volatility, the numbers are comparable with mid-cap Nifty. It is slightly higher than the Nifty index. Again, it is slightly higher with the other two indices, which is Bank Nifty and Financial Services Index. In terms of correlation, it has a higher correlation with mid-cap stocks and a slightly lower correlation with the large-cap stocks. These are some of the key contract specifications. So the symbol is Nifty Next 50. As the branding goes, it starts with Nifty and then Next 50 resembles the index. To begin with, we are starting with monthly futures and monthly options. The expiry day is Friday, so it will be the last Friday of the month as the expiry day. So in case there is a trading holiday declared at the time of contract generation, it will be the previous trading day. The contract value right now, the lot size is 10, and hence if we consider the index value at 62,000, the value will be somewhere around 6.2 lakhs. uh, the option type, as with all other indices, it is European call and put option. A strike scheme here at the time of introduction only, we have introduced a staggered strike scheme wherein we will have two intervals, one of 100 and one of 500. Within the 100 strike interval, we have 4140, that is 40 strikes on either side of the ATM. And similarly, we have the in the 500 strike interval, we will have 2120, which means 20 500 strike intervals on either side of the index. Now here again, the 500 strike intervals, it will include strikes generated due to the 100 strike interval. We will just see an illustration of this in the subsequent slide. In case anyone wants to go directly to the circular, you can scan the QR code on the right hand side. The circular number and date of the circular also is mentioned on the right hand side. This is just a scheme just to illustrate. So assuming the index was at 62,000 level, the ATM is 62,000, how these strikes would have been generated. So as you can see on the left hand side, the narrow range starts from 1 2 and it continues up to 40, so that strike intervals are of 100. The third column shows basically the wider range, which is the strike intervals of 500. Now you can see 1, 2 and so on. These strikes are generated due to the 100 strike interval as well. Okay, so the wider range doesn't start after the end of the strike interval of 100, but it starts with the same ATM. Okay, what is the additional benefit you get because of the strike interval of 500? You can see it on the right hand side image, wherein you will see from the ninth strike. In the third column on the right hand side image, you will see the ninth strike, which is the 66,500. There onwards, you will see the strike interval going by 500 intervals only. So in this way, what we have done is we have provided a narrow range, which will be like around 6.5%, and the wider range, which will cover up to like 16% of the index. Here again, I would like to make a mention that we are having reserve strike concept for this index as well. So during the day intraday, if there is a significantly large movement on either side, then the intraday strikes will be enabled. So just few key points. So launch date, as you all know, it's April 24, 2024. Here the first expiry day will be of the May expiry and not the April expiry. So the first expiry is on May 31st. Exchange transaction fees we have put up for approval. There will be a waiver up to October 2024, and as soon as it is approved, circular will be issued. As I already mentioned, reserve strikes will be available, and these are the ticker for Bloomberg and Refinitiv. Okay. Uh, so we'll go to the Q&A part now.
Yeah, I have one question. Can I take it?
Yes, Mr. Harin.
Yeah, see, we can see that the risk, the return. See, normally when we talk in terms of as a broker or as a client, they want to know the risk return ratio. So here when we say that our risk ratio is higher than the Nifty, so the return ratio should be the higher, right? And the stock which you have included in next Nifty, it would be definitely having a higher returns, because they already look that the scripts are well known already for the higher returns. So do you have any calculations on the returns?
Yeah, yeah. So
Go
as
ahead.
earlier mentioned in the slide, so the returns have been like last 1 year, as you mentioned, the stocks are very promising. They have given a return of the portfolio has given a return of almost 61%, and the CAGR in last 3 years has been 22%. In terms of volatility, if you compare, the volatility number is not significantly larger than the other indices. It is in the same range. Like if you compare the mid cap Nifty and Next 50, they are almost 13.2% annualized volatility. If you compare it with Nifty, yes, it is higher. So Nifty is around 10%, whereas Nifty Next 50 is around 13%.
Okay. So what will be the lot size?
The lot size here is right now 10. So it
Okay.
translates into a contract value of around 6 lakh 20,000.
Okay. And it will be similarly 3 months options and 3 months futures.
Correct. So monthly futures, there will be three serial monthly futures. So first
Okay.
contract will be of May and middle month and far month. So middle month will be June and far month will be July.
Correct.
Yeah, Ms. Harin, just to add that
Sure.
some of the points which we have not covered here, like typically maybe applicability of LPP and some of the other stuffs in terms of
Uh,
risk management. So the existing, all the risk management mechanisms, etc., those are going to be applicable as is for this index also. That's the reason
Brilliant.
why we just covered in terms of the variations what we have compared to the existing index derivative suite.
Brilliant. The margin requirements and everything will remain the same.
Yes, sir. So in terms of trading, etc., so the same trading mechanism is going to be used. So there are no any
Correct.
revisions, etc., that is required from the members' side. Only thing is that the latest contract.csv file, the latest security master file, when we'll have to load it at the end of the day or beginning of the day of
Yeah.
24th to have the security available. Otherwise, the trading mechanism, the clearing and settlement mechanisms remain as is as per the existing index derivative suite.
Okay. Brilliant.
I request all the members, if they have any query, can put it on a chat box, please.
So one more thing is that near and far, what you said, Rudresh, would be the same. Would will remain the same even in the second month and third month as well, right?
Yes, it will. It's like normally how Nifty and all happens.
Yeah.
Same way. Only the first day, the day of the launch, there is a change. So instead of
Okay.
having an April expiry, it will start with a May expiry because April expiry is just 2 days away. So we
Yeah.
have started
Correct.
directly with the May expiry. So it will be May, June, and July.
That's fair enough. That's
Yeah,
fair enough.
yeah,
So we have to begin from next month.
right.
And just to add to this, in terms of the strike scheme illustration which was provided
Uh,
in the presentation, the idea for segregating this narrow range and wide range, which we have implemented recently in the index derivatives also, is that near the ATM, you have a very finer strikes which are available for trading. And as we
correct.
move away from the ATM, then there are wider strike interval which are used. So that in terms of the availability of the price range, it is available, but without cluttering, having too many strike intervals or too many strikes available for trading in the order book, so that we take care of appropriately take care of the liquidity fragmentation as such, which may happen because of huge number of or large number of strikes which are available for trading versus vis-a-vis availability of the price range that is going to be available. So with the
Correct.
500 wider strike range at assuming that currently we have around 62,000 index levels. So around 16% plus price coverage that will be available, but up to 7% there are final strike of 100 which are going to be available for trading.
Okay, brilliant. So can we make it 10 also? So, the full 1,000 is covered. Just a thought.
Yeah, this is probably in terms of the current available indices in our index
Yeah.
derivatives. This is going to be the largest in terms of the index value which we have
Okay, yeah.
at 62,000. So looking at lower strike interval, etc. If there is a need, again, as you know from the exchange side,
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
regular basis, we are in touch with participants to understand if there are any specific improvisations or
correct.
revisions that needs to be carried out in the product design. So if any further feedback is there on this as we launch the product, then definitely we will consider all such feedbacks and we'll make any appropriate revisions as and when required.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, just one more point to add here. So, right now, this index, the trading will be available on a single machine, that is futures and options. All will be on the same matching engine. Of course, you would see that in the contract stream info file, which will be generated tomorrow for your consumption. So, it will be on single machine, not like other indices where we have multiple machines, like futures separate, options separate. Here, it will be a single machine to start with.
Cool. It seems there are not many questions because
Yeah, there are no
it's a completely
queries.
new product and people are not aware. Okay, what are they expecting?
In fact, what we feel is like product probably it's a new product which is available, but in terms of the trading mechanism, in terms of the availability of this index per se is there for a very long time, and market participants, including all categories of market participants, they are very well versed with respect to the trading mechanism
Correct.
of the equity index derivatives in our market, and we hope to see that this new index derivative, the Nifty Next 50 will be able to help a market participant in meeting their diverse trading or transaction requirements from the market.
I personally think it is a brilliant product because you are aligning with the mid cap and but the all the scripts which are included actually are of the A grade quality, which are almost into the Nifty. We can say that.
Right, right. So these
Yeah,
are the nifty contenders actually, which are actually the growth
correct.
companies
Yeah,
which are really contending to come
exactly.
into Nifty coveted index. Yeah.
Yeah, just to add here to what Vital said. So one thing we may note that though this will go into Nifty, these are distinct as of now. So you are not basically trading a Nifty again. It is a distinct product. So Nifty 50 will trade differently, Nifty Next 50 will trade differently, and the mid cap will trade differently. So all three indices different characteristics. It's not an overlap at all.
Sure.
So if there are no
So,
questions, I would
so, sir, do
sincerely
you
like.
want to pass on some message to our members to have, once the product is launched, uh, so they can have a good trading of the product?
So we thank ANMI team and Mr. Harin to be there on the call and then giving us opportunity to connect with all the trading participants for giving an overview of these new index derivatives. And we are quite confident that in consultation with market participants, these new index derivatives which we are bringing into the market, and participants would definitely find it quite useful in meeting their diverse trading strategies related requirement from the equity derivative segment. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So I would like to vote of thanks here. I would like to thank NSE officials for sharing the detailed presentation about new product, which is going to be launched on 24th April. I'm sure members must have received fair idea about the product and would start trading in the same when the product gets launched. I would also like to thank our chairman, Mr. Harin Mehta, for his welcome remark. I thank our members too for taking a time out and joining the webinar. Thank you very much, sirs, for joining in today.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.